Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving deep into a political story that's causing serious ripples in South Africa's opposition landscape. It's a tale involving accusations, suppressed scandals, bruised egos, and the ever-shifting alliances that define our political theater. Former President Jacob Zuma has once again rocked the boat, this time by taking direct aim at EFF Deputy President Floyd Shivambu, hinting at a host of skeletons allegedly hiding in his political closet. At a recent cultural heritage dialogue hosted at his Nkandla homestead, a setting that is becoming as much a political stage as it is a retreat, Zuma addressed traditional leaders, supporters of his new Umkhonto MK party, and members of the media. But it wasn't the cultural discussions that caught the public's attention, it was Zuma's sharp words about Floyd Shivambu. Zuma, known for rarely pulling punches when cornered or provoked, responded to questions about his deteriorating relationship with the EFF. And in typical Zuma fashion, his response was both vague and explosive. He claimed that Shivambu is entangled in many wrong things, and that certain powerful institutions, specifically the National Heritage Council, or NHC, know about these alleged wrongdoings but have deliberately chosen not to expose him. According to Zuma, this decision by the NHC wasn't out of loyalty to Shivambu, but out of a sense of responsibility to avoid public embarrassment and preserve a degree of political dignity. Zuma stated, "Floyd has many wrong things going on, things that are known in certain circles. But because the NHC is a responsible institution, it decided not to embarrass him in public. They protected him, not because he deserved it, but because we must lead with dignity." Now, he didn't go into detail. He didn't mention any specific actions, investigations, or misconduct. But the implication was loud and clear: Shivambu's reputation wouldn't survive if the full truth were known. So what's really going on here? Why would Zuma, a seasoned political tactician, go public with such a loaded claim, without providing evidence? To understand that, we have to look at the broader context. Over the past few months, tensions have been rising between the MK party and the economic freedom fighters. On paper, these two parties should be allies. Both are anti-ANC. Both campaign on radical economic transformation. Both are populist movements that thrive on personality-driven leadership. But behind the scenes, it's become a bitter rivalry, especially in electoral battlegrounds like Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. In these provinces, both the EFF and MK party are trying to carve out space among the same voter base, disillusioned black South Africans, young voters, and those angry at ANC corruption but skeptical of the Democratic Alliance's liberal capitalist approach. The competition is intense. And that's turning once quiet tensions into open hostility. Just last week, Floyd Shivambu himself launched a blistering attack on Jacob Zuma. He accused Zuma of undermining democratic institutions, trying to rewrite history for his own legacy, and playing a divisive role that weakens opposition unity. He also expressed serious concern about the growing influence of the MK party, calling it a threat to progressive forces who are trying to build a united front against the ANC. Zuma, as expected, didn't take kindly to this criticism. Responding at Nkandla, he dismissed Shivambu as a disrespectful young man who speaks too much without understanding the weight of what he says. And then came the bombshell: these mysterious wrong things that Shivambu is allegedly guilty of, but which were kept hidden by the NHC. Now, the National Heritage Council has not released any statement to support or deny Zuma's claims. That silence only deepens the intrigue. If the NHC is indeed sitting on damaging information about Shivambu, it raises serious questions. What is the nature of the allegations? Are they criminal? Ethical? Political? And why has this information never been made public? There is, of course, also the possibility that Zuma is using this as a tactical smear, timed perfectly to create doubt around Shivambu's credibility, without having to provide hard evidence. It's not the first time Zuma has used this kind of veiled threat. Throughout his political career, Zuma has hinted at having files on various political figures. It's a pattern he's returned to often, implying that if pushed too far, he'll start naming names and exposing secrets. Let's also not forget that Floyd Shivambu has had his share of controversy in the past. In 2018, his name came up in connection with the VBS Mutual Bank scandal. While he denied any wrongdoing, his brother Brian Shivambu was directly implicated, and questions about the flow of funds into EFF-linked accounts have never fully gone away. Some observers have speculated that Zuma may be alluding to those past allegations, or to other incidents that have remained out of the public eye. Regardless of the specifics, what's clear is that this escalating feud could have serious implications for opposition politics in South Africa. The 2026 municipal elections are already shaping up to be a critical turning point. The ANC, weakened by internal divisions and years of declining support, is more vulnerable than ever. But instead of presenting a united front, opposition parties like the EFF and MK Party are locked in a bitter turf war. That might suit the ANC just fine. The ANC has always benefited from a fragmented opposition. And while Zuma has officially left the ANC to form the MK Party, his attacks on the EFF could ultimately weaken the broader anti-ANC coalition. This is especially important in metros like Johannesburg, Tshwane, and Ekurhuleni, where a fractured vote could result in unstable coalitions or even ANC comebacks. So what does this all mean for the average South African voter? It means that behind the slogans and campaign speeches, there's a real fight for dominance taking place among the opposition. It's not just about ideology, it's about ego, history, and control. Jacob Zuma is still a force to be reckoned with, despite his legal troubles and political controversies. Floyd Shivambu, for his part, is one of the most vocal and visible leaders in the EFF, known for his sharp tongue and aggressive style. When these two figures clash, it's not just political theater, it's a reflection of deeper fault lines in our political system. And if Zuma really does have dirt on Shivambu, the next few months could get even more explosive. Will he drop more hints? Will the NHC be forced to respond? Or is this all just political posturing in a high-stakes game? For now, all we can do is watch, analyze, and keep asking tough questions. What do you think? Is Zuma bluffing, or does he really know something the rest of us don't? Should the NHC break its silence? And what impact will this bet have on the future of opposition politics in South Africa? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown insightful, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next update. We've got plenty more political analysis coming your way. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.